Wouldn't be Ryan, the great man. Today, we are talking the Philadelphia Eagles, guys, who just got a win over the Los Angeles Rams. I expected this game to be close, but I did not predict a 20-something point comeback from the Philadelphia Eagles. I just didn't see it happening. When they were down at halftime, I was like, this game's over. But I was also thinking maybe got to give him a chance because Lane Johnson was out, but we'll get into all that. I really got to start live tweeting the games again to give my thoughts. But anyway, I think that right now, Philadelphia Eagles, what we do know is that they're 3-0. I guess you could say they're the best team in the NFL based off of that comeback. We're just going to get right into it. But before we get right into it, guys, make sure you guys subscribe with your post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother and their blogs. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my second channel at Run the Combat Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on X at RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok at Run the RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast. And make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram at Ryan Sully Sports Media. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the video. So starting off with the Eagles, their offense and their quarterback, Jalen Hurts. It was a good start. And then Lane Johnson got hurt. And we literally could do nothing. Matt Pryor was in the game, and he was terrible. He could not defend or not block for anything. He couldn't block a brick wall. That was how bad Matt Pryor was. And then in turn, they started blitzing, and then in turn, Jalen Hurts could not do absolutely anything. So at halftime, it looked terrible for Jalen Hurts. There was 0 pass yards or just a few pass yards on the board. They looked absolutely terrible. And then in the second half, we got Fred Johnson in the game. Thank God Howie traded back for him because I really wasn't. I didn't really care when we traded back for Fred Johnson, but thank God he came in, and we'll get into the offensive line later. And then the run game really wasn't working. Saquon Barkley was pretty much shut down because the Rams were setting everything at him through the A gap. And then we asked Jalen Hurts to do it. And then he did it. Jalen Hurts was incredible in the second half. I thought he got the ball out on time. He was able to maneuver in the pocket a little bit when there was extra men on the rush. He threw on the run. He was able to complete some big third down passes. It was just his football IQ and late in the fourth quarter that really helped us win. I thought that his rushing, especially his RPO selection and his read option selection overall in the game was pretty good. He played a very good game. I just think, when we had to make the adjustment when Lane Johnson was out, we were able to do that very good. And you got to give credit to Patullo. I know a lot of people are giving him a lot of slack, but, he's the guy who was calling the plays in the second half, or at least that's what they say. So you got to give him credit where credit is due as well, but also we'll get into the coaching later. But, we asked Jalen Hurts to win us the game, and he did. And I feel like you got to give him top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I understand he had to block field goals and all that, but Jalen Hurts was the one who got us the touchdown, and he led us down the field on a beautiful drive. So you got to give it to Jalen Hurts. Running back Saquon Barkley, there wasn't much. They just literally sent everything at him. They made Jalen Hurts beat them. That was the game plan there, and Jalen Hurts did that. You kind of just have to throw your hands up in the air if you're the Los Angeles Rams and say, what do you want me to do? You shut down the best player on the field, and then the quarterback got it done. So, I'm not going to blame Barkley for a bad game. It really wasn't his fault. There was a banged-up offensive line with the Rams sending about 7 guys almost every time Jalen Hurts was in the shotgun. So, not really much you can do. Moving on to our wide receivers, A.J. Brown to start. That's what we wanted to see. When he wasn't doubled and he was one-on-one, we got him the ball. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think I said it in pretty much every single game last year. He is the best one-on-one corner in the NFL. The statistics backed it up last season. He is still the best one-on-one corner in the NFL. He is still in his physical prime as a wide receiver. It's not like A.J. Brown has gone anywhere. He is the best one-on-one wide receiver in the NFL. He was pretty much unstoppable one-on-one in this game, like he always is. Nothing has changed when it comes to A.J. Brown. I thought that his routes were pretty half-decent. And overall, he had great communication with Jalen Hurts on those big third downs in the last drive to get him the football. And then he just outpowered the cornerbacks for the Los Angeles Rams to catch the football. It's just as simple as that. He ran a very good route, and he was pretty much draped the entire route. or the 2 routes that he was able to catch on the last drive, but then he just simply outpowered them and was able to get yards after the catch. So all the people saying that A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts don't have any connection and they're not on the same page, just go look at that last drive. Like, they were very on the same page, and they have been on the same page. A.J. Brown has just been getting double-teamed, and then you in turn get what you've gotten in the 2 weeks before this game. So once again, they're on the same page. I think they're fine. I think the media is just blowing it out of proportion. We go into Devontae Smith. Brown got us there. Devontae Smith finished. His releases in this game were absolutely incredible. I thought that, especially his inside release was really, really good throughout this game. And then on the last play, it was honestly like a lazy route. Like, he didn't really get low getting out of his break, but he did have a very good release off the line. And, I mean, credit to him. He was able to get open once he did get out of his break that he didn't get very low on. So, I mean, I guess you just got to give credit where credit is due there. And, yeah, he was very crisp today with his routes. Obviously caught the last touchdown, so everybody's going all crazy over that. But yeah, very, very good job from Devontae Smith. But he's still doing the thing when he catches the ball on the drag route. He just stops and tries to cut inside. He did it once, I think, when we had in the first half, and it ended up losing yards for us, and we had 4th and 1 when it should have been a first down. Obviously, we got the first down off the tush push. I don't know if you guys remember this play. I don't necessarily remember when it was, but it was sometime in the first half. Then I think after that he started to take the outside more. I just don't understand why he's doing that. Like, he's never done it before, and it continuously makes me upset. Dotson didn't really do much. He had 1 catch for 7 yards. Once again, really didn't do anything. Tight end, I mean, at least we got Goddard involved in some way, shape, or form. Caught a 33-yard pass for a touchdown. It's glad to see him back. We did have a couple targets over the middle that were incomplete. He got completely sandwiched over the middle a couple of times, so we decided not to go there. But I don't understand, when we were having an offensive slump, why we couldn't just get him the ball on some of those 5-yard hitch or curl routes. Like, it would have been a good way to get yards and try to get that momentum back. There are ways to get Goddard involved. I just don't think we've been doing it very efficiently. Or we didn't do it too efficiently in this game. Maybe it's just because he came back. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if he was on a snap count. I don't think he was. But we did a half-decent job when we did it against Dallas. No reason why we couldn't have done it in this game. Moving on to our offensive line. So we know what happens when we lose Lane Johnson. Bad things happen, especially in the first half of the game against a pretty good team, the Los Angeles Rams. As I said, Matt Pryor couldn't have blocked a brick wall. But Fred Johnson came in and played very, very well. I don't think he really even gave up a pressure. But yeah, he was quick out of his stance. He was doing all the right things, and you got to give credit to him. Overall, the offensive line, I thought we did pretty good for how much pressure the Rams sent at us. We did a pretty good job defending the extra men on the rush. Blitz pickup was pretty good from guys like Barkley and whatnot. But yeah, communication was good. I mean, the run game, not really much you can do. When you send 7 guys in the box, there's not really anything you can do, even as an offensive line. But I thought pass protection was really good throughout this game. The defense and our defensive line, I guess I have to apologize for everything I've ever said about Jordan Davis in this game, just for this game. Because if you guys have been a continuous watcher of this, my Eagles breakdowns, I've always said that I wanted to draft Kyle Hamilton over Jordan Davis. I don't know if I can say that anymore. Jordan Davis played so great, and everything I've wanted from Jordan Davis has come out in this game. His cardio was great. He was making plays in the backfield. He was getting to the quarterback. The cardio, I've continuously said his cardio is not good. He has figured it out. Maybe it's just because it's early in the season, but it seems like he has figured out the cardio problem, and he was continuously playing. He was continuously in the backfield, continuously making plays on the ball, and then the 2 block field goals. I mean, now listen, on the last block field goal, their long snapper was lost. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He didn't even attempt to block on that play. But, Jordan Day, and then he took it back all the way for the touchdown. He was moving, too. Like, it's not like he was, huffing and puffing. He was moving. But, yeah, incredible. 100% effort every single time. Jalen Carter, not much of a game. They did double-team. They hold and double-team every single play. That's just a Jalen Carter thing for you. It's the same thing as Aaron Donald, if you want to make a Rams comparison. Pass rush has got to be better, though, especially off the edge. This is a banged-up offensive line in the Los Angeles Rams, and we got two pretty good pass rushers in Nolan Smith, who should be stepping up at an all-pro level, and Jalen Hunt, who should be making that jump that Nolan Smith did last year. But yeah, I haven't really seen it in these first two games. In this game, they got completely shut down. Listen, I get that Stafford likes to drop back a lot in the pocket, but you got to find a way to put some pressure on the dude. I mean, it wasn't that great. I think that's really it there. Our linebackers, solid Bond game. I mean, Ewing was pretty good in coverage, had 2 pass deflections. I mean, it's Bond. He plays great. The run game I thought could have been better today. I'm saying it's like I'm filming this on Sunday. I thought that it could have been better this game. Kyron Williams didn't really go through the A gap. He went more towards the C and B gaps. But yeah, I thought the run defense overall was bad. And as I said, it's kind of a concern now because, we didn't have a great game. Obviously, we didn't defend Mahomes too great. We didn't defend Javonte Williams, but Jalen Carter was out, so I guess you can make an exception there. But even against Kyron Williams, even though he's a very good rusher, we shouldn't be giving up the yards per carry that we were. Campbell wasn't much of an impact. I didn't really see much out of him in this game, so, I mean, whatever. Defensive backs, another solid Mitchell game. Didn't really get the ball thrown his way that much, and as I've always said, that's fine with me. Adoree Jackson, I mean, you guys have heard the breakdowns. He's a disaster. He looked terrible. He's just so fun. It's just fun fundamentally. I don't know. Something's off about it. I really don't know. I don't know how you could not be so fundamentally great as an NFL veteran. I'm not saying you have to be fundamentally great, but I'm just saying you got to have the fundamentals down as a defensive back. It just doesn't look like he has that, and he's an NFL veteran. This guy Bennett, though, I mean, maybe it's a lack of film, and the Rams just didn't know that much about him. But he was solid, honestly. I thought he was better than Jackson. He did give up some passes to Nacua, and it's Puka Nacua, who has very strong hands. But he broke up some passes, too. Didn't create contact on the go routes, and didn't need to get his head around because he didn't create contact. He was getting his hands in the breaking up the hands of Puka Nacua, though sometimes Nacua would still catch it just because of how strong he is. I'd like to see him get some more playing time, honestly. I mean, I didn't really see that much of Kayla Ringo in that game, maybe because this guy Bennett's been playing better in practice. I don't know, but if he is, then it's definitely showing because I thought he was pretty half-decent. DeJean, credit to him, he had to play on the outside a couple times, also wasn't that bad in the slot either. He also had a tackle for a loss. He was in the backfield, really only for that play. Blankenship, I mean, he got burned picking up Devontae Adams for a touchdown. Overall, wasn't bad. Mukaba didn't really do much either. I didn't really see much of an impact. Sidney Brown, I mean, the only thing I saw out of him was a taunting penalty, or I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was taunting or whatever it was called on him. That was really the only thing I saw from him. So nothing really much from the DBs in this game. I think we did solid in the second half. Obviously not giving up any points in the fourth quarter. So very solid game from the defensive backs overall. And then obviously the defensive line was pretty much shutting down the run game for a good majority. And they were also getting some pressure up the middle. Coaching-wise, I mean, as I said earlier, I should start live tweeting the game because I thought that during halftime, I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is terrible. And I'm, screaming my head off. It's terrible, it's terrible, it's terrible. But then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, well, not in the back of my mind. I'm saying, I'm just saying to, people around me watching the game and texting and all. I'm like, all right, well, we just lost the second best player on the team, which is Lane Johnson. I think Barkley's the first. Why don't we give him a chance to adjust? And they did that. They did that very well. Patullo adjusted. I mean, if he was the one calling plays in the second half, credit to him. He did it really well. I guess he was. I mean, he would look like he was the one talking to Hurts, which I'm not trying to accuse him of not calling the plays. I'm just saying it just didn't seem real. But yeah, he did a very good job adjusting without Lane Johnson and obviously making the switch. I guess you say Sirianni, you got to give him credit for making the switch to Fred Johnson over Matt Pryor in the second half. And then defensively, I mean, it was a Vic Fangio game. I mean, not much pressure. He did send a bit some pressure though last week, but not much pressure on Stafford. Obviously, the focus on the secondary. They worked in the second half. And I thought overall the defense was half decent in the second half, or in the first half. They were giving up a couple field goals, but that was because of the fact that the offense couldn't move the ball, and they were punting to the 50. They had to punt to the 50-yard line every single time. Bottom line, overall, I don't think the Eagles got purely lucky in this game. I mean, we lost our second best player early, and then when we made the second half adjustments, we came out and looked really, really good. And even when we had Lane Johnson in the first half, we still looked pretty half decent. So I'm not going to say the Eagles got purely lucky in this game. I think that there's some luck to it. There are some things that have to go your way. But I think as a team overall, we definitely willed ourselves back into this game, and we took the momentum and ran with it. But yeah, that'll do it for the video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe with the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother Lynn the Great Vlogs. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my second channel at Run the Combat Great. Make sure you guys go follow me at X Run the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok at Run the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast. And make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram at Ryan Sully Sports Media. And as always, Ryan the Great out. Peace.